We are going to get right into writing an email live. I love watching videos and hearing people's tips on copywriting, but at the end of the day, the easiest way to learn is just to show someone what you're actually doing. I'm always left at the end of those videos with this feeling of can you just show me you actually applying all of those templates or concepts or tips? And I just want to see them write the video or write the email live. So that's what we're going to do in this video. And jumping right into it, I'm going to start with first an email for my own product, which is my course. And then I'm going to write a client email. So you're going to get to see both of those. And I'm going to start right here with the subject. We want the subject to disrupt their day. It's in competition with all the other emails in their inbox. It's also in competition with TikTok notifications, Instagram Reels, the Netflix, their friend that's, calling them, and all the other distractions in their life. So we need this subject to be good. It needs to disrupt their day. So I'm literally just brainstorming this live, but we need something that's disruptive, and I want to speak to a pain point. So my product is my copywriting course. So I'm speaking to people that are just looking to get started in copywriting. So I'm thinking a question would be good. Why is it so? This is a subject, I've seen variations of this used before, so it's not completely original. I don't curse, so I say fricking. Why is it so freaking hard to get my first client? Question mark, question mark. I'm putting this in quotations, so it feels like somebody just asked me this, and then I'm going to answer it in the email. All right? And I'm going to go through my story now. So I felt like I tried everything. The goal here is I'm trying to relate to that person that is just looking to get started in business. Now, this is going back before I even discovered copywriting. I tried everything, drop shipping, still broke, e-commerce, kind of the same thing, still broke. Social media, marketing, working for less than minimum wage. I'm actually just going to say less than minimum wage because that does not need to be that long. Okay. What else did I try? Dropshipping, e-commerce, social media marketing. I tried social media. And still broke. I was doing that for a year. Just it takes forever to qualify for the ads and stuff, but I actually thought that that would potentially be an income stream. Wasn't. Still isn't. But I got really lucky with one trait. Curiosity. Notice how I'm making this really easy to read. This is so short. Every single line is so short. Maybe this could be one line. Like that. Yeah. And I'm going to also make that bold. Okay, I got really lucky with one trait. Curiosity. Oh, we don't want this to be bold. That curiosity led me to start my podcast. This is genuinely the biggest hack, by the way. I know not every copywriter is going to want to have a podcast. Not everyone wants to be public. But if you're looking to build a network, podcasting is such a fast track. I try and sell everyone on starting a podcast. It doesn't benefit me for you to have a podcast. In fact, it's kind of like competition. But if you just start a podcast, it's such an organic way to network with people. It's unmatched. So, curiosity led me to start my podcast,
where I was interviewing entrepreneurs across every industry. I wanted to know how they got started and share their stories. The original goal was to get famous like Graham. Wait, how do you spell his name? It's PH. Graham Stephan? Yeah. LOL. Well, that didn't work.
That was actually what inspired me to start my podcast with Graham. So that didn't work.
I'm actually going to change well to, oh, oops. So that didn't work. But, as a side effect, I met some really interesting business owners. And they were all telling me, and they all had one thing in common. They needed marketing. Actually, so they all had one need in common. They needed marketing. And when I realized 99% of marketing involves copywriting, which at the time was a foreign concept to me, I knew I'd struck gold. Within a few months of starting my podcast, I started reaching back out to the guests and offering my copywriting services. Okay. Tying this all together, they were so excited to have to work with someone they knew. Actually, that shouldn't be in caps. I was so excited to be a real entrepreneur making real money. I went from 2K to 10K in 30 days. I've made it was easy because it was a genuine relationship and I was solving a real problem. Okay.
So now I'm going to go through this email and shorten it and then tie it all together with a call to action. All right. So we start off with addressing that need. Why is it so freaking hard to get my first client? It's a frustration a lot of people are feeling when they're getting started in copywriting. I felt like I tried everything. Drop shipping still broke. E-commerce still broke. Social media marketing, less than minimum wage. I think I could just say making minimum wage. I mean, like, it was less, but I want to keep this short, and I feel like the action word just sounds better, so I'm just going to say making minimum wage. I guess I could also abbreviate this to just be like social media marketing. Is that SMMA? What is, oh. Yeah, so it's basically social SMMA. Okay. Social media. Okay. But I got really lucky with one trait, curiosity. And that curiosity led me to start my podcast where I'm just going to say where I interviewed. Don't need was interviewing. Where I interviewed entrepreneurs across every industry. I wanted to know how they got started and share their stories. The original goal was to get famous like Graham Stephan. So that didn't work. But as a side effect, I met some really interesting business owners and realized they all had one need in common. This could just be marketing. Take the and out because that's repetitive. When I saw 99% of marketing involved copywriting, at the time, a foreign concept to me, I felt I'd struck gold. Within a few months of starting my podcast, this comment does not need to be here, I started reaching back out to the guests and offering my copywriting services. They were excited to work with someone they knew. And a few signed on as clients. And I was so excited to be a real entrepreneur. I'm going to put this in quotations. I went from 2K to 10K in 30 days. Okay, so now I need to tie this together. I need to tie this together with an actual closing and CTA. Every email should have a CTA of some kind. It was easy because it was a genuine relationship and I was solving a real problem. If you're at the point where you're, oh wait, no. The first client thing is always the hardest. And you always feel unprepared. But once you sign them, the momentum is insane. Network of leads, copywriters, and okay, coaching to sign your first client. I'm happy to jump on a call and see if it would align with your goals to work together. Book a call here.
P.S. I hope to work with more people in the future, but as my priority is still my copywriting clients, I only work with 5 students a month. If there are no call spots left, I will be adding some soon, so hold tight.
Actually, I'm just going to say, if there's a call spot left, grab it. All right. Okay, so that email could probably be a little bit shorter. Like, I would probably go through it one more time. I would let it sit for 30 minutes, go through it one more time. But I'm going to go ahead and write the second email and then come back to this one. So I'm going to go ahead and do new document. Okay, so this email is going to be for one of my clients who has a education course as well, and he teaches people how to do transactional lending in like the real estate space. So I'm going to be writing him an email for his welcome series where people are just getting to know him, and the goal of this email is really to build trust, not to be making a sale, but we do have a call to action to get them onto a call. So I'm just going to say welcome series transactional lending. Okay. Subject. So one thing this client did that was super helpful was he sent me a list of some controversial takes and opinions that he has about the industry. And those are so helpful. Like, using those controversial opinions in subject lines is really going to catch people's attention. So I'm just going to go and I'm going to pull from those controversial ideas that he sent me. So I'm just copying all of these controversial opinions. So I already have an idea of what I'm going to base this around. I think I'm going to make it around how saving money is lame, but I'm just going to see if there's anything else in here. A lot of people are saying they don't know how. He also said not enough knowledge is a big objection. So let's talk about saving money because that's a popular belief, and then address that you don't need to have a bunch of knowledge to get started in lending, okay? And I'm just going to delete those notes because I don't need them in here. And I'm going to make this sound like a new idea. Saving money just became lame. Make 10K. Actually, I'm going to say made with this. Okay. We're going to address the idea that a lot of people push out, that saving money is the way. And I'm going to kind of just like tie that into their beliefs. So just getting right into it.
There's a lot of people throughout your life who will tell you to save your money. I'm just actually going to say save because it's kind of obvious. Okay? Put it in the bank. Invest in your 401k. Remember, this is supposed to be controversial. Don't come at me, guys. This is supposed to be controversial. A lot of people tell you to save, put it in the bank, invest in your 401k. What's something else? Live conservatively. Guess what? Most people follow that. And you know what else?
I'm also just like talking. Like I'm talking because I want this to sound conversational. So I'm like reading it out loud to kind of like double check. You know what else? A lot of people are broke. In fact, most statistically, the average 30-year-old is over 30K in debt. So maybe actually just maybe the people I listen to have millions in assets, not cash. So this is where I want to put it in italics and bold. I'm also going to put these in quotations to make it just sound super like conversational. Also, I'm going to add be safe. Play it safe actually sounds better. Guess what? Most people follow that. And we can just make this, we can change this to, and most people are broke. Take out a whole line. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's like chickens and they're very vocal right now. So most people follow that, most people are broke. In fact, statistically, the average 30-year-old is over 30K in debt. So some social credibility there with that statistic. It is an actual statistic. And you don't want to put statistics that aren't real. But, so maybe, just maybe, there's a better way. The people I listen to actually want this to be in italics. And we want this to be in all caps. And most of them started out, now we're addressing the knowledge. There's zero clue what they were doing. Why is that cool? Because it means anyone can start today. In fact, actually, maybe, this chicken is so loud, but maybe You're just worried about the risk. I get it. So, don't do it alone. For a limited time, we want to give them a reason as to why we're offering this freebie. This is going to be the call to action. Since you're new to my community and I know that feeling, I'm giving you a free voucher for a specialist session where one of my experts will get you started. We'll literally map out. I really want to like explain to them what's going to happen on this and like give them like a tangible idea. The strategy for you. And I'm going to put that in italics. Oops. So you don't need to be a part of that statistic. Actually, I'm just going to say, so don't. And don't wait till the perfect moment. These spots fill fast. Rooting for you. Could probably find a stronger ending to that email, but like overall, pretty good with the urgency, very readable, pretty short. So now I'm going to go back to that original document of my course because now I have like fresh eyes to it because I just wrote another email. Like fresh eyes. Like I did just spend the whole time writing, but I was writing something different. So now I'm going to come back to this and see if there's anything I would take out. I'm just going to read through it. Why is it so freaking hard to get my first client? First of all, I'm going to change that to a number because it just reads better and it's shorter. I'm going to put felt in italics. I felt like I tried everything. Drops shipping, still broke. E-commerce, still broke. And I'm actually going to put minimum in all caps. Social media, still broke. And then we're going to put this in regular text. That curiosity, take and out. Let me just start my podcast where I interviewed entrepreneurs across every industry. Actually, I'm going to take this out. Like, that's just kind of obvious. The original goal was to get famous like Graham Stephan, so that didn't work. But as a side effect, I met some really interesting business owners and realized they all had one need in common. I'm going to put that in italics. So 99% of marketing involved copywriting. I felt I'd struck gold. I'm going to put that in all caps. Within a few months of starting my podcast, I reached back out to the guests offering my copywriting services. And I'm going to put in parentheses, and I had no idea what I was doing. They were so excited to work with someone they knew, and a few signed on as clients. I was so excited to be a real entrepreneur making real money. I think this is pretty solid. Put now in all caps. It was easy because it was a genuine relationship. Put that in bold. This can literally just say the first client is the hardest. You always feel unprepared. But once you sign them, the momentum is insane. Once you sign just one, the momentum is insane. How do you shortcut that process? I'll offer for a couple people. Okay, and so then I'll just put the link and that'll be it. So that's the email. I just went through that. I'll go through, I'll probably edit the second one as well, but notice how I use like the different formats, italics, bold, all caps to really highlight certain parts, keep the reader engaged. I use really short sentences, and then at the end I have that call to action to bring it all together. And every single section of that email has a bridge to the next, so it's not choppy. And you really just want your emails to flow like a conversation, like a sales call. You want them to flow and people to feel like you're reading their mind and you're addressing all of the problems that they have in their life, and then you're presenting the solution. So hopefully that was helpful. If so, leave a comment below. And if you guys want help writing an email, or you want to like get a strategy from me as far as getting your first client, book a call below. I'm happy to jump on a call. Same as I said in this email, I only work with 5 people a month, so I don't have a lot of spots left right now, but I'm still happy to jump on a call and see if I can't help you with a strategy or something. And yeah, I will see you in the next video.